Welcome back to Vice Grip Lodge. Another huge update on the Vice Grip Garage Museum. And we've got the bigger John Deere fired up. We're going to road this all the way to town. It's going to take quite a while. Then we're going to try to pull some trees out, some old big stumps, all the corner posts and fence posts in the back. And I've got a big update on the color of the building. We're painting. A lot of the inside is already painted. We'll be painting the outside today. It is going to completely transform the building. And I think we're finally going to get a glimpse of what this thing is going to look like when it's finished. So I'm going to get this thing fueled up. Let's road it into town, grab some chains, get to work. Grabbing some diesel here. Kind of cool this morning, but it's supposed to warm up to mid-50s, I think, which would be nice for a change. Well, like Vince Gill said, she forgot about my old John Deere. This is pretty good for scooting to the tavern or bingo. You know, it's got lights and everything. We got a bunch of trees down from the storm. They came over the guardrail and really busted up some stuff. Uh-oh, I got a shift here, I think. Yeah, running out of HPs. Been in the cab for at least half hour. We got a long ways to go. But, you know, it's better than hooking up the gooseneck, messing around with that, chains and binders and whatnots. And I can swing by the store and pick up some ground beef on the way home. Well, I see the courthouse in the distance. We're pulling into the south side of town. You actually see this a lot around this area. Any small town, basically, rural USA. Tractors in the city is not uncommon. But we're getting closer. Looks like the fellers is moving cars around with the blue shop truck. We got all these posts to take out. Well, let's go look at what we're going to be doing here. So here's today's project. We got that big tree. I don't think we're going to move that. But all these posts got to come up. We got some stumps. Got to try to get up. This thing here. Another tree. Well, I don't know if we're going to move some of these. Might have to hit them in road gear or something. But then all these wood posts and fence, we'll choke a chain on them and see if we can drag them out of there. It's quite a few. We've been trying to burn these stumps. They're awfully in there. But we're creating quite a bit of space back here. We're going to fill this full of cars. Be on display, but we got to get all this stuff out because I got to put a fence in here, you know, something better than this thing. So see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna try to just hook the bucket on the fence here. Oh yeah, look at that, just push them right on it, and we'll drag it back in here. And then these guys are going to strip the wire off and get the saplings out. There we go. Yeah, got her locked 4W. Now she's digging. There we go. Throw this one in the burn pile. Knocks them over like nothing. I don't know what to do here. We got barrels, some tires, blocks, and all sorts of stuff. How about now? Woo! Oh, there was pipes and bricks and all sorts of stuff. Wow. What a mess. This is a bunch of shingles and like inner tubes and stuff we found. We filled, I think, 6 roll-offs already. Something like that, maybe even more. No, it's got to be more than that. Of just trash and junk. I think that's one of the reasons this place never sold, is people didn't want to undertake the cleanup. I don't want to bend my bucket up here, but I forgot a pin for my receiver. Get up higher, get some leverage on this. Yeah. I think we broke that one. Yep, snapped that one off. That's not good. There we go. Well, let's see if we can pluck some more fence out of here. Okay. Secret's trying to get a hook to hook it. That. Come on now. Oh. Come with me. Come on. Rascal. There we go. Get out of there. Barry painting along there. We'll look at Tate here in a minute. Well, that went really quick. Worked pretty well. Got the old turd bird up on the rollback there. Okay, time to start talking about paint. We got to move quick because we got rain coming, I think. Day after tomorrow. Well, Barry's on it. He's rolling like mad. Obviously, you know the vanilla block. That's kind of what we got going on right now. So here is the color a guy is going with. It's kind of a battleship gray, and it's covering well. Obviously the old color you can kind of see in there. It is, quite honestly, a subtle nod to military. A little bit less in your face as like snow camo or desert camo or something like that. And it is the modern style now, this gray with black trim. Kind of see that black gutter hanging there. So this is the color we're going to go with. I think it's going to really make the building look sharp, and it's a color that I don't have to work hard to keep clean, and maintenance, which is a big part of it as well. So just a little bit of an update up here. Nothing really much going on, just more cleaning and cleaning. Got the ceiling dialed in, still chiseling away in here, trying to get all this corkboard off. What a project. These guys have been really putting the time in. But it's really opened this room up. Remember how small this room was? Oh, look at this. Plenty of room. I think this is going to be all of our merchandise and stuff here. One change we're thinking about is cutting an entrance right here, and then putting back a wall from here to here with a door. So when folks come through the front door, your experience would look like this. You'd have a counter. Hey, mister, how's it going? Great. You want to look at junk? Yes, I do. Head to your right. So we come into here, and we'll have some trinkets and stuff and memorabilia and what have yous in here, right? And then we're thinking opening up this door wider. Has to be ADA, because this is we're not using the space. It's kind of useless otherwise. And then there'd be an opening here. So then you'd come from this room, you'd come through this wall, through there, right into the merchandise. If someone wanted to pick up something, that's pretty much how we have to fund this place, right? And then, since the wall is here, you would continue your tour this way. We've got some cars in here, kind of testing the size. We can get 4 cars in this room. We got the 37, which might stay in here. The Galaxy, probably stay in here. We got room for, I don't know, maybe the Scout or something like that. This will probably go away, bring something else in. But look at this. Look at the gray. It looks so clean. Brought the walls in a little bit, makes it look a little smaller. Of course, when we get better lighting in here, you'll be able to see it, but it looks so good. I think we're going to put a tractor in here. Doors in. Come back here so you can see. Of course, we got to paint all the trim and stuff still, but I think that looks really sharp. Utility break room is painted. Hot water heater, power panel, all that stuff. I keep mentioning that just so you guys can remember where I'm at. It's kind of a maze. We got an A pushed in here for now. Out of the way. We're kind of thinking doing like a street setting in here, like fake building fronts, and get a couple Model A's in here. Kind of changing as we go, maybe some Edison bulbs, but we want it to be a fun experience. We got the bone marrow back here. Tony's got to come pick this up. This is kind of just a holding room at the moment. I think we've got to pull the Studebaker out because garage door guy should be coming pretty soon. These are now framed in for an overhead. Doesn't have to be nothing special. Little header in there. That is our rough opening for a little overhead. And we have the same thing on this side. big progress. Coming along. Restroom hasn't changed. We might do white in here with a white checker floor or something like that, but this is great. It also doesn't smell in here anymore. That musty old building smell, I know you guys know that smell. Smell-o-vision. It's not in here. It smells very clean, concrete-ish, bleach-ish, paint-ish. And whatever ATF is on my jacket currently. So I'm gonna go get a tractor and pull that Studebaker out while it's here. And then probably gonna be it. You know, can't the guy just pick up some hamburger? Okay. Well, that's gonna do it for this update on the Vice Grip Museum there. Lots of progress, and now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Some trim work, some details, got to finish out the restroom. Just about time to get the electrician in there, start figuring that out as well. And things are starting to get pretty expensive now, to be honest. Thinking about coming up with a t-shirt, try to help. Be a nice little snazzy design. Kind of thinking what I'm hoping the building will look like or something, throw it on a shirt. Look for that soon over at vicegripgarage.com if you want to pick up a new back rag and help support a good cause here with the museum. That would be awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it very much. We'll see you soon.